Hey, welcome to another IP Tut. I am your host, Phil, and today we will be going over the 007 Legends logo. It's actually inspired by the new video game that's supposed to be coming out in October. I think the 16th. I'm not really sure, but yeah. So I was like, hey, let's go ahead and recreate this logo for you guys. So just in case you guys are doing first-person shooter clans and message boards and stuff like that, you can go ahead and create your own logo and not have to worry about it. Really quick, this is actually one of the newer tutorials. All the last ones from the channel have been older ones from the Agent 2018 channel that I've posted, so if they seem a little off, forgive me about that. But this is the start of the new tutorials. I got a few more old ones that will be posted, but I'm starting new ones, new ones again. Really quick, if you have any questions, suggestions, or comments, drop them in the comment box below. If you have anything you want to ask me, anything, you can hit me up on Facebook, Twitter, and even Instagram. I usually post up behind the scenes stuff, sneak peek previews of stuff that will be coming up soon. So yeah, let's go ahead and jump into this though. So first off, what I went ahead and did was I grabbed myself a copy of the logo itself as a reference image from Google. The gun itself here is cut off, but that's fine, no big deal. We're gonna fix that and go through all of that. As you can see, it's actually pretty neat. Here, let me go ahead and zoom in really quick. You got the gold, you got the silver, you got this outline around this Legends logo, got the trademark TM down here at the bottom, whatever. I mean, it's actually really good. You guys remember playing the old GoldenEye on the N64? Thumbs up if you remember playing that, if you guys ever played it. If you haven't, if you're younger and you have no idea what I'm talking about, see if you can get your hands on a Nintendo 64, grab GoldenEye, and run through that sucker. It is amazing. But my favorite one of all will have to be, and forever, Perfect Dark. Same makers, Rareware, but we're not going to get into all that. We're talking about a logo today. So, but yeah, get a chance, play that game. Okay, so what we're going to do is, instead of tracing this entire thing, which we could, but I don't like most of this actual logo. It seems a little off a bit. What we're going to do is we will go and get a font from dafont.com. It's called the 007 GoldenEye logo. Just the link should be in the description below. And what we're going to do is create it ourselves. So I have it. So what we're going to do is we're going to type in the numbers 007, and then we're going to make this larger. Now, the artboard size really doesn't matter. It's whatever specifications you want it to be. But usually I make my artboard twice or maybe even 3 times as big as I'm going to actually make the final product. That way the strokes can be better, thinner at times, and not have to worry about the size. And then you just, when you go to save it, you just break it down. And I should get to that here pretty soon once we get to the end. Alright, so what we do is we got 007, and let me go ahead and add the star. Shift 8, which would add the star. Now what we're going to do is we're going to go over here, pull up all of our fonts, and we're going to go 007. Where'd it go? 007 GoldenEye. Alright, and as you can see, we get our gun, and that's why I told you not to worry about the end here in this particular case, is because we got it right here, so let's not worry about that. But right off the bat, you can see a few problems with this. Let me go ahead and bring this up a bit. Okay, so as we can see here, they're both kind of off. In this area here, it swerves down. It doesn't really match up or look this way per se. The zeros are practically and pretty much useless at this point. I do not like the way these zeros render, or that came in this font pack. But hey, what are you gonna do? Oh, just replace them. So that's what we're going to do. We're gonna replace the zeros, so that's no big deal. We're gonna work with the 7 and remodel the 7. And then the gun itself is okay. If you look in here, it doesn't really curve very much, and it comes up and it kind of goes at a complete 45-degree angle-ish or whatever, and it doesn't really look right. So we're going to clean that up, and that's kind of the beauty about Illustrator, is we can do this. Control Shift the O key, and that turns it into outlines. And now all these points here, we can go ahead and remodel them. I'm not going to do this whole thing for you guys because that would take forever, but you just simply want to clean that up. We'll go ahead and get rid of the zeros. I'm gonna replace those right now, and I'm gonna start on the 7 really quick just to kind of go through this with you guys. Okay, so like here for instance, we have this point, but we also have these points here. We're not gonna need these points because we want that to be a straight line. So go ahead, hit delete. Yeah, we'll go ahead and get rid of those really quick. I want to see something. Hold on. Here we go. Let's not hit delete. What we're going to do is we're going to hit the minus key. There we go. We're going to then click on these points that we don't want. So we didn't want that point. We're not going to need this point because remember we want it to be straight, like this one up here. And it's lagging there, guys. Okay, so we want it to be straight, so it's over, up, over. Then it kind of swerves down into this little S curve here. What we will do is, let's see, where are we at? Let's go ahead and change the color of this really quick. Something, there we go, so we can actually see these points. We got one here, so we're going to come across, so that's fine. We got one here, that's going to come across. We have an extra point here, so minus key and get rid of it. Alright, and basically we're just going to clean this thing up a bit. So let's see, up here. There it goes. Up here, and what we'll do is we will realign these points. So what we'll do is we'll grab it, we'll click it, then we'll hold shift, and we'll get this point as well, and then we'll come over here to our align set, and we will align it to the center of each other. So it is, oh here it goes. It is now aligned center to itself, and now grab these points here, hold down shift and drag them into the points to make them straight. As you can see, we got these handles here. Hold down shift. I don't think you really need to hold down shift, actually. I just do just to make sure that it's straight, and you can just drag it into the point, and then it just makes it nice and straight. And that's basically what you want to do for all this stuff here. What we'll do is we'll get rid of this point, and we will once again here. Now another thing we can do here is, if I'm not mistaken, shift C, there it goes, and it creates it transforms it into straight lines again. So we can go here as well. I hit shift C, gives you this tool here, which is actually located here. It's anchor point convert anchor point tool. Shift C and just click it, and voila, it gets rid of the angles. So however you want to do it, the first way, it allows you to keep your angles or your handles, and you can even, if it's already straight, you just drag it out, and then it allows you to have handles again. So it's really a neat tool. Once again, shift C will do that for you. Shut up, I don't want to see that again. And moving on. So once again, we hit A to get our direct selection tool, and we're just grabbing all these little points here and we're moving them. Hey, you're gonna go back, there you go. Alright, so once again, you just simply clean it up, get as close as to what you think it should be, or as close as to your reference image that you can. Alright, we spent enough time on that, as well as over here really quick we have points. You can get rid of those, make it a little bit cleaner. Here, let me go ahead and show you guys what I did. Get rid of that crap all up in my face. As you can see, once again here, nice and straight over, and then comes into this beautiful little S curve. And on mine, I actually went ahead and spread this out a bit. At the bottom, it's kind of like a little flare, not too much, but a little bit. Whereas with the reference image, it looks more like it goes straight down. You know, it just stays the same size and comes straight down. I decided to flare the bottom just a tad bit, not very much at all. It may not even be noticeable. And and then on the gun I went ahead and fixed the curves a little bit, and gave it a, it comes down and then comes into this. I could have done more, but I was kind of in a rush, so you guys are definitely going to spend a lot more time on this than I did. Alright, so that's that, and let's go ahead and talk about the colors as far as the actual gold colors themselves. What I went ahead and did is, what I like to do is I set up my artboard like I'm painting. So what I'll do is I'll create swatches, and that's what these right here are. The color swatches for everything that I'm going to use. Every color, everything. And let me go ahead and go through these with you guys really quick. This first one, we will go ahead and these are the parameters for that. What I'll do is I'll give you the hexadecimal for that, which should be a lot easier for you guys, and that is right here, or you can copy down these numbers here. Pause the video if I don't hold it up too long. I want to keep this a little shorter, so just pause it at these points and you'll be fine. So you have that one, and that's kind of our beginning color at the top. Okay, we have this one, which is kind of the middle one per se. Beginning middle color for our gold. Okay, so once again you got it right here. We have the end middle per se. This gets right before it goes to the actual dark parts, which sits behind the legends text. Then we have the absolute dark part of this gold bronze color that we have. Here goes the numbers for that. And then we have this bluish, grayish blue color that will be used for the silver of the legends text. So we'll go ahead and put that there, and that way you can kind of just you have all your colors. Alright, so after we do, did I lock it? Yeah, I locked it. After we do get that done, okay, so after you, oh, the zeros, I almost forgot. Alright, so let's go ahead and go back really quick. What we'll do is we'll hit the number 0. I'm just going to make this bigger for you guys really quick, and simply find a 0 basically that matches our reference image. Okay, so all I did was basically go up into my fonts, and I started at the top, and I was like, nope, this one kind of actually matches. Let's just go with that one. I don't think you guys are gonna have this font, but like I said, just go through your fonts and see whatever one actually matches. I mean, this one may even match a tad bit more, but that's not thick enough at the top here either. So we'll just keep on going really quick. Let's see. Fonts. Hurry up and catch up. I ain't got time for this. Let's see. You know what, for the sake of this tutorial itself, I will just go back to the very first font that I found that matched, and we'll just use this one for now. Like I said, you guys are going to spend a lot more time on this than I did. What usually will happen is it won't match completely, so we'll just go ahead and manipulate it a bit. As you can see, the zeros are kind of longer than they are wider, and then, you know, you can stretch it out a bit, whatever the case may be, and then we will just simply rotate the text like such. Bam. Now that I look at it, that may have been exactly what I used. Not really sure, but quite possibly. Alright, so here, what we will do is let's grab all of this right here, not that. Control C, and then we're going Control F to paste one in front of it. I got copy, good. Let's lock that and close that out. So what we'll do is, I'm going to show you guys how to put this in there. Okay, so right now, we're going to create outlines once again. Control Shift O. Okay, that turns that into outlines. Let's make that red really quick. So now that is completely, you can't change the text, so that's fine. What we will do then is we will rotate it, align it a bit, resize it, whatever the case may be, put it in its correct position, and what we're going to do is Control X. We're going to take that out. We're going to click into these properties here. Let's go ahead and get rid of these right here. You guys won't already have those there. We're creating those. We're going to go Control F to paste in front, and now when we paste it, it matches and it takes on the properties which was inside of this compound object. Because remember, it was red, but since we went ahead and pasted it inside with this 7 and the gun, now it takes on the properties because it's all one group here. It's not even a group, it's a compound group. See, so watch this. Control F, I paste in the front, it's red. Okay, I click into here. Let me get rid of this. Okay, we're inside of this compound path. Control F again, what we just did, and now it takes on the properties because it's within the same compound group. Okay, so then all we have to do is we just grab this thing, hold down Alt. You will see the cursor here. It gives you this white arrow. That means you're copying. So what we're going to do is we hold down Alt, we click it, hold down Shift, and we can drag a copy over and place it where we want, and voila. Now look at that. Now we got both of our zeros set and ready to go, kind of resembling this. And if it's not at the right angle, fix it, you'll be fine. And there we go. Alright, so let's go ahead and talk about the gradient itself. Now the gradient on here has this dark part up here in the top right hand corner. I really didn't deem that necessary to keep it. You can if you want, but that's just how I roll. The gradient here, we'll go over here to our gradient, and you will see that we use all of our swatches from over here. So you just simply take all these colors, and so let's say we're doing this one. Click into this thing, copy this hexadecimal, I think that's what it's called. If not, then I'm still running with that. And we will click into here, double click it, and I thought we were able to put it in there, but maybe, oh, I'm in CYMK mode. Why? That doesn't make any sense. Alright, there we go. Okay, so make sure you're in RGB. My bad, you guys. Okay, so we're just going to click into that, open up, there we go, and then you would simply paste that color into that, and you're set and ready to go. And as you've seen, you just seen that it updated here. So that's how you go ahead and you handle that. Let me go ahead and get rid of that so I don't mess up my mojo going. Okay, I have it angled at 101.1 degrees, and it's just simply a linear gradient, nothing special. Linear gradient. That's it. On the outside, oh yeah, that's right. On this one, see, since I'm in CS6, you're actually able to create gradients inside of your stroke. And to tell you the truth, that's all that is on here. I just simply grabbed the golden gradient, which is actually, you go over here to your swatches, you go gradients, then you go to metals right here, and it gives you all these gradients here. And that's all I use. I have my my stroke selected, and I just came over here and I just clicked into this, and voila, you get, see, because you can see that switch into like a silver, as you can see this here, and whatnot and whatnot. So I just clicked into the gold. Oop, select it again, click into the gold, and you're set and ready to go. That's how you get that in CS6. If you don't have CS6, you're using 5 or 4 here. Let me go ahead and show you guys how to do that really quickly. So this is our original one. We'll keep this one red here. You know what? I got a lot of stuff showing. I don't want to confuse you guys. Let's go ahead and turn off our swatches really quick, because I showed you guys how to do the swatches, and our reference image really quick. Okay, so what we have here is we have our 0, right? This is the inside gradient part. What we're going to do is we're going to copy, Control C, then Control B as in Bob to paste behind. Okay, now we have a copy in front, and we have one behind it. We're going to turn the one behind it black for now, just so you can see the difference. Okay, what we will do, see, you can see it right there. Okay, what we will do is we will grab a stroke for that one, for the one behind, and we will just up it a bit. So however thick we want this actual stroke to be is what we're going to use. Okay, so let's say we want that to be our stroke, that thickness. Okay, what we'll do is we'll turn off the front one, okay, the red one. So now we have our black one with the stroke. What we do is we go up to Object, and we will go to Expand, and we will select We'll do them both. That's fine. Whatever. No big deal. So now it's not a an object with a stroke anymore. So what it did was it expanded the actual vector item to being the entire size. So now what we can do is we can add a stroke to this item as soon as it stops being retarded. And let's try that again. We will add a stroke to that. As you can see, it's a little weird, but we're not going to worry about that right now. We got these lines on the inside right here. What we will do then is control the number 8. Not that one. We will actually come over here to this tool here, our Pathfinder tools, and we will create one solid item. So Pathfinders, you just go to Windows, and we will try to find Pathfinders, Control Shift F9 will do it for you. And like I was saying before, we can add a stroke to that now and be fine. But we're not going to add a stroke to that. This is now officially our stroke because it's going to sit behind our red item. So now we hit gradient and voila. As soon as it catches, for some reason it's not catching. Here, move that out of the way really quick. G, gradient. Oh, that's why it's not working, because right now I'm on the stroke here. Because it's CS6, it recognizes that it wants to go to the stroke. We want to use the fill. So, bam. So now we have that. We go back over to our, oh, it's already that original gold color we were talking about before. We turn on that. And as you can see now, we officially have a red fill with a gold stroke. So if you're in CS5 or below, that's how you can go ahead and get yourself a stroke without having an actual stroke about how to get a stroke for this font. Alright, now we're done with that. So let's, what the heck is wrong with you? Let's delete this thing. Okay, so we covered the 007. Like I said, go ahead, go through, hit the points, whatever. Let's see. Now let's go ahead and get onto the legends text. Sorry if this is running a bit long. Unrehearsed and trying to get through this. This actually takes a while. So bring up our image. Now the font itself I couldn't find. It looks like the Call of Duty font a little bit. The bank something. I forgot what it was called. Hold on, here it goes. Let's see. COD. Watch this. If you guys didn't know what font they use for this, I'll show you exactly what it is right now. Hopefully it allows me to select it. Bank. Where'd it go? I know you're here somewhere. And you are... Here it goes right here. Bank Gothic MD something of another. This, watch this. MW3. Look familiar? No? That's fine. Either way. It kind of looks like that. Yeah, let me go and bring that back up really quick. But not so much. LEGMDS. Legends. Like I said, it kind of looks... Piece of crap. Kind of looks like it, but not so much. I mean, kind of resembles it, but not a lot. So we're not going to worry about it. All you do is just simply trace it. And when I say trace it, I actually mean trace it. What you want to go ahead and do is you grab your pen tool, hit the letter P. Okay, let's go ahead and bring that back over really quick. Oh no, I'm going to need that out for the text and gradients. You always want to go ahead and trace the outsides of it. So once again, you go here, hold down shift. That's going to make it go straight down. You never want to, when you're tracing, go from like the outside and then hit this inside portion. You see this line here? And try to trace that way, and then come over here to hit this outside part, and then come down to this outside part, and then come inside to this part right here, and then try to go up, because it's just not going to look right. You want to make sure you're on the same side every time. So just trace the outsides, and then when we get done with that, after you get done tracing the outsides, so let's go ahead and turn that off. We will turn this one off. How the heck did this thing get so freaking wide? My freaking layer's back. Okay, so what we'll do is, why did I do that? Oh yeah, because I was editing it. We will work on this part. Alright. So, the legends, like I said, all they did was go ahead and trace it. And the stroke itself for this thing here, let's go ahead and turn on the black background so we can see it. But now we can't see the drop shadow we have on it, but that's fine. What we went ahead and did was we used... is it unlocked? It's now. Went ahead and used a white stroke, and then we just added the gradient. So, you know, you hit your G, and you hit gradient. Make sure, but it's already set, so it's not going to change it. And let's go ahead and move over here and talk about this gradient. Right now we have it set to approximately 90 degrees. Okay, so that's straight up and down, a linear gradient. And then we started to use this gray color. You know what, I actually don't think I told you what that gray color was because it didn't pop up when I did my swatches. But here goes the code for that. Okay, it's a little above white, nothing too special. And then we have a gradient set. So we got this one here, which is at about 46.83%, and what that tells you is, in comparison to the width of this item here, that's the location of where it's at. So it's at 30%, and it always goes from bottom to top when you're doing 90 degrees at a positive. You can go negative here, and what that does is it reverses it, and so now it's going from the top. So that's 90 degrees from the top, or whatever the case may be, however you want to call it. But we're doing a positive degree angle, so it's going to start from the bottom to the top. Alright, let's get this back to where it needs to be. It's almost 50%. And then I just took that gray and just smashed it right up to the side of that thing to create this really sharp edge here, and have it drop down. And then you can just go over here and add one. This is actually one of the darker ones in between the two, is like this color here, which you can go ahead and grab it from this one. So you got those codes there, and basically you can readjust that however you like. Alright, so after we get done with that gradient there, what we have is we have some really cool stuff. We have a drop shadow going on. Okay, let's go and click into our drop shadow here. Set the multiply, set the black, 75% opacity, X offset is 7 and Y offset is 7. The blur is 1, darkness is 100. Preview, don't worry about that. Preview just says when you're looking at it you can turn it on or off, and you have that set up. So after all of that, and we're done, set, and finished, we can go ahead and turn on all of our layers, and at that point we would then have what I like to call 007 Legends logo, just like such. And that's basically it. I mean, we got a drop shadow here. Let's go ahead and turn on our reference image. Let's drop that below all this, and then we will go ahead and unlock it and move it down. So as you can see, let's move that out the way real quick. Oh, really quick, hitting F puts you in expert mode and makes it to where you don't have to worry about anything, and you can just see, you don't have any windows, it just takes everything away. So let's go ahead and look at this really quick. As you can see, it's pretty freaking close. Like I said before, we went ahead and redesigned the 7 itself a little bit just to give it a better look. I like my 7 a lot better. You may not, that's your call. It's not going to line up because we're not using exactly what they have here. I mean, unless you trace it, obviously. But our zeros, as you can see, this edge here doesn't go through the G, which it should up here. But once again, it's not that big of a deal. People aren't going to nitpick your 007 logo. They're actually just going to compliment the fact that you got it to look as close, or if not even notice that it's not the official trademark version of such. that is basically it. We went over that. If I forgot anything, definitely leave a comment. Hit me up on the Facebook fan page. Hit me up on Twitter. I will answer your questions. Even Instagram. Follow me on Instagram. I post up a lot of stuff, even stuff that's not related to tutorials. When I'm working with on set, or with other people, whatever the case may be. I like to post pictures. So hit me up. Find me up at Instagram, and both of them, Instagram and Twitter, is at inconpics, INCONPICS. I am Phil. That concludes our 007 logo. If this has helped you in any way, shape, or possible, don't forget to thumb this up so other people know to watch this video to help them out as well. Because I like doing this stuff for you guys. You guys take care. Don't forget to subscribe. You guys have fun. Bye bye.